Right.
Hello, welcome to episode 58 of No Holds Barred Pod. Apologies for the laughter, I'm not really sure why, but welcome along. That's Sal Dodge, sir.
And that's Don McGowan. I'm sorry, we're having a fit of giggles for no reason whatsoever.
Because
we need to,
over the
I
word.
think. We need to laugh.
We do.
I actually,
Go on.
that just reminded me, I started watching, I needed to, get out of the news and what's going on in the world space yesterday, so I started watching another series of, what I started watching, Don? Married at First Sight, because it's hilarious.
Is it?
And it's a bit of a busman's holiday for me because I like reading personalities, so it's fascinating but also hilarious. But there was some lovely lady, it was an Australian one, who very outgoing, very bubbly, but very, very sort of insecure.
Yeah.
But handles it well. And she got to the altar and she couldn't stop laughing. Every time he tried to read his vows, she broke down in a massive fit of hysterics. But to the point where you're like, all right, look, you need to just wind your neck in now because he's going to get insulted. But she couldn't. It was nervous laughter. She just couldn't stop.
Couldn't help
but
it.
It was so, I think it's episode 2, season 13. Hilarious.
That's all the cool kids are calling maths, right? Isn't it? Maths. Married at First Sight,
cool
Australia.
Kid.
I just saw it advertised. I'm no idea.
Middle-aged matriarch.
Yeah.
Middle-aged is doing some heavy lifting there, but let's pretend I didn't say that. I'm going to live till I'm 100.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Spite.
Yeah, that's it. Pure rage. Not having this shit. You're not taking me yet. I'm not done. Yeah, that ties in quite nicely. But we should tell everybody we've just recorded an episode of our discussions series with the fantastic Emma Monk, which this will go out before that episode. I'm going to put that out, I think, Wednesday. But it's sort of, we talked to Emma about why she does what she does, and Emma debunks fake news and, the culture wars. And it's just through a sheer sense of got to sort this out because nobody else is doing it, and it's a bit the same with us, isn't it? We're just angry and pissed off with everything, so we have to do what we do to try and get the truth out there, as a truth matters, as we keep saying.
As they always used to tell me, if you want something doing properly,
do it yourself. So that being said, so check out Discussions episode 3 on Wednesday with Emma, and welcome back to everyone who's listening and watching, and Patreoners who are getting this a day before everyone else. If you want this before everyone else, go to patreon.com/noholdsbarredpod. Sign up. You can have a free trial for a week as well if you want. You get other cool stuff as well on Patreon. You get to chat to us. We're doing our first weekly Zoom this Thursday, aren't we?
Thursday Zooms we're going to do, aren't we, for Patreon?
Thursday Zooms, which is not recorded. It's not a podcast. It's just us chatting to our Patreons for, just to chat and build our little community. So if you want to join in with us, head to Patreon.
Swap ideas and thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
And
give us some ideas or things you want us to talk about as well.
So today's headline. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say that, but we're not really lacking on things to talk about. But yeah, today's headline?
The main source of concern today is that President Trump is not happy with the UK. Damn it, where's my violin?
Yeah, you need your little mini violin, yeah.
So, in that respect, well done, Starmer.
Yeah, that's what I said last week.
Doing the right thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Still don't understand how bombing people is a defensive issue.
No, that's another bit of the strand of the conversation. Because, the bombers are going up over my house every morning, the B-52s, and taking a lot of ordnance to the Middle East and dropping it. So, but I think what they're saying is they're dropping it defensively, as in trying to take out, missile sort of silos and things like that, rather than actual onto people. But can we prove that? No, we can't.
Which was interesting this week when I was reading or watching or listening to something that I definitely tagged you in, which is no guarantee of you seeing it. We discovered today.
Yeah, it's really not. I miss a lot of tags from you and from other people. Yeah,
Twitter's naughty. So your WhatsApp's going to get busy from now on. But
yeah, it's
because
probably
there's
the best
no
way.
point me tagging you on Twitter.
No.
But I saw something that my brain's gone again. Shit. I am seeing the neurologist tomorrow though, so maybe things will get better.
Well, we talk about dropping bombs
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah. Can't remember where I was going with that. Sorry. Let's move on. I might come back to it.
We'll come back to it.
Jesus.
It's like me. I'm the same all the time. But no, you were saying Trump's not happy with the UK. Because he's done a press conference this afternoon whilst we've been sort of recording with Emma, and he's basically slagged off everybody again. I mean, it's just.
But he doesn't need any help because he's destroyed their capability 100% 3 times.
Exactly.
So,
and also the war's been won at least 7 times in the last 3 weeks, and they definitely don't need any aid from anywhere. It just beggars belief that he spent a year slagging off every world leader that he can possibly imagine, and now he's desperate for help, and everyone's basically, as I wrote on Twitter the other day, doing a running knee slide into a V shape for him. No one's coming, mate. You fucked it. Screwed the pooch. So
Trump's threatening NATO. How is he threatening NATO when he's a part of NATO?
Yeah, he did that last night. I saw he was on Air Force One doing one of his press conferences last night, and he started saying, like, you know, we helped out when Russia invaded Ukraine. You NATO guys should be helping us now, and he started threatening to defund NATO basically. But it's just another. I think the mafia call it a PISO scheme, which is just like extortion. I was like, oh, lovely NATO you've got there. Shame if anything was to happen to it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those. He's a full-on criminal, corrupt mafia boss. But now everyone's basically realised they can stand up to him and gone, actually, stick it, mate. You've got yourself in this mess. You're going to have to get yourself out of it. So,
you see, if rape was unacceptable, we wouldn't be here now, would we?
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Sorry, but you know.
No, it's with him. It's a fact, 100%.
Yeah, I do repeat myself, but if more men refuse to be in a room with a rapist / paedophile or just general con man who abuses people, robs people, forces people to suicide because he's taken all their money away through a scam scheme, these people wouldn't get anywhere. But because they get appeased and people go, oh yeah, but it was just like the one rape and it's not a criminal conviction.
Yeah, that's
you should be fired into space if that's. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of people that just think that they're innocent by virtue of turning a blind eye. I know. You're conspiring with them at that point, so fuck off.
Well, maybe the tide is turning with Trump, because yesterday, in the same kind of press thing that he did on Air Force One, he effectively called for media reporters in the US to face the death penalty for giving negative coverage of the war. Basically, he said, Donald Trump says reporters who cover his war on Iran in a negative manner should face charges of treason, a crime punishable by death. That's what he said last night. He's
building his incinerators now, isn't he? So.
Yeah. So it's absolutely
let him crack on with that. Don't report on that. Just let him crack on, you appeasing bastards.
No. He thinks that Iran is feeding propaganda into people like CNN and ABC News and what have you.
It's everything is a projection. Everything.
It really is, isn't it? I know. He's full of it. It's just mad, though. But he's threatening his own media now. I mean, fascist tick box, yeah. Another one ticked off in this fascist kind of rhetoric box of tricks that he's fully into now. So.
Accuse, reverse victim, and offender. Yeah. It's Darvo.
Indeed.
Every time. It started with the cryinists. Now he's adopted it. It's pathetic. It's literally juvenile.
And as we'll see in a minute, Reform UK have been purporting that exact tactic as well. But we'll come on to that in a bit. But
they're in the death throes, aren't they? So they're going to get loud and a bit spicy.
Who, Reform?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're struggling definitely. But again, we'll speak to that in a minute. But I mean, he's just started a war that he can't get out of now. He's in such trouble. He's really, really in big trouble, Donald Trump. And that's that. If you can't see that, if you're not watching, Sal's face is a picture, because that's what the whole world is like. Because the whole world isn't backing Iran, but the whole world is looking at Donald Trump and going, "Nice, this is what you deserve."
Stroked by angels. Oh, Schadenfreude.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He spent so long slagging everybody off, and now it's like, fuck around, find out time.
Chickens have come home to roost.
Exactly. Taco chickens. So, yeah, no one's coming for him. No one's helping him. Everyone's letting him dangle.
I wish somebody had come for him.
The Grim Reaper. Yeah.
That wasn't even...
Oh, something happened?
No. Sorry, it's just I've got the news on the background of mine. They've got the weather forecast globe thing up, and there was a storm cloud that looked like a cock and balls. Sorry.
Of course there was.
My brain's broken. I don't know what else to tell you.
Dear. Oh, you don't get this sort of coverage on the on Sky News or Rest is Politics. You don't get that kind of level of commentary.
You don't. Every day's a school day.
Yeah. Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart don't talk about cloud formations, and especially not cock and balls ones. But yeah, I don't know what. The other thing I just saw this afternoon about the war, and I think maybe we'll move on because it's not much happening. But so far, as of today, I think it's cost $22 billion to the American economy to wage this ridiculous war that he's stuck in, and he can't win and he can't get out of. Like,
he'll bankrupt that country.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's heading. There's a ticker
into his own bank account.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? He's making money off this. War makes money. We know that, doesn't it? So, but $22 billion the American economy's had to shell out, literally and metaphorically, for
that's
this war.
That's half a Tory black hole. Huh.
Yeah. No, isn't that a whole Tory black hole? 22 billion.
40 billion by the time Reeves got round to checking it out.
Yeah, that's true. It did go up a bit, didn't it? Yeah.
They undercounted.
Yeah. But it's just mad, though. I mean, the polling for the sort of popularity for this war is in the toilet, or globally, pretty much, and in America. Even the MAGA lot are coming out and saying, "What are you doing? How is this going to end?" Because they've got no plan. And
they literally voted him in off the back of no wars.
Yes,
no new wars.
Yeah,
ending the wars.
I know. And he's been trying to say, yeah, he said he's won it loads of times, although technically
he's mad in the head.
He is absolutely insane. Yeah, so.
And the idea that they're putting boots on the ground is laughable.
Well, yeah,
I mean, it's not funny. It's cannon fodder.
5,000 Marines they've sent, haven't they? Apparently,
you're as well going to try and take over Russia.
I know, as you say before, I think you said last week, the sheer size of Iran is just, you can't do it, can you? It's not like Iraq. It's not like going into Kuwait.
You're literally sacrificing human people for what? To keep two paedophile murderers out of prison.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
none of this should have happened.
But
I do think, I don't know if you saw, I think I messaged you the warning that they sent to Iran, sent Tel Aviv a 24-hour warning to get out before they leveled the city. I thought,
today?
WhatsApped it to you? No, it was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? Oh, you probably did. I was out and about most of yesterday
and obviously we're not getting a lot out of Tel Aviv because they banned everybody on pain of death from reporting or recording anything.
We can't see much at all. Yeah.
Which tells you, so either they're playing, either way they're playing Israel at their own game. They're either using it as psychological torture so that they're perpetually terrified of incoming, or they actually are bombarding them. Either way.
And we don't know. Well, I think they are. I think you get the odd video that comes out, but it's difficult to know what's real and what's not.
Exactly.
But there's a guy, let me find him in a minute. But he works for the BBC Verify, and he's, for me, the best fact checker on this.
Is he the guy that I found on TikTok? I could only find one video.
His name's Cheyenne.
I don't know. Because like you say, I
I
watch stuff, but I have to take it with a big bag of salt because you don't know what's true and what isn't.
I'm going to butcher his name, so I apologize this, but his first name's Cheyenne, and it's Sardarizadeh, at Cheyenne86 on Twitter. He's a senior journalist at BBC Verify, and he, for me, is the best to follow. I'll put a link into his Twitter because he's putting out a thread of verified videos and a thread of misinformation every single day since this thing started. And so, but he says that it's difficult to work out what's going on because as you say, the coverage has been the feed has been cut from a lot of people, so it's sort of sporadic phone videos that we're getting. But I think Israel's been hit much harder than they're letting on. Much harder.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and it's still all a bit up and down as to whether Netanyahu's still going in it.
Well,
because even that video he put out yesterday was a bit hinky.
Yeah, he's put out 2 now. I saw there was another one today walking around, and
I've only seen the one in the coffee shop.
No, there's a new one where he's outside walking around, and if you look at it, there's some weird artifacts in the video. In one image, he's got a ring on his finger, then it disappears. So AI or not, it's so hard to tell. It's so difficult now.
Damien Kernow's just, or Damo Wiley, I'm getting people mixed up, put a video out before about it. Because I watched both of them, and the first one basically looks like AI because he's got like 100 fingers.
Yeah.
But even the second one, at first I watched it and I thought, jury's out, because if you're filming a video that you want to be authentic, there's various ways and means you can do that. But in this one they filmed him, all the background was out of focus.
Yeah, real depth of field, yeah.
When they flipped to the one behind the counter, it was like for a nanosecond. I mean, they literally did that. So you couldn't actually get a good look at it. It was all, nothing's adding up.
No, it was the same with the video that the next one, which has come out today, that it's got the very sort of large depth of field, it's called, where the background's completely blurred out. And then he moves around outside talking to members of the public. And in one frame, his ring disappears. Then once someone's leg goes a bit wonky, and you're like...
So that could have been anyone, and they've overlaid him with it.
Yeah, because people have been posting videos underneath his videos of exactly like his exact video, but then manipulated with other things to show how easy it is to change with AI now. It's nigh on impossible to be like, as you say though, they could have filmed him outdoors, like with traffic going past, and then or with a newspaper or a television report in the background, anything to prove like factually, but they haven't, and that makes it worse.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Yeah, that was what it was. I saw the coffee shop video he put out yesterday. I saw someone had done the exact same video, but with the new Ayatollah, and it looked perfectly, absolutely exactly like him, doing the same thing with a coffee cup, holding up his hands to show he's only got 5 fingers.
Next to a dead man.
With Mataya, or whatever his name is.
Oh, the son.
And the new supreme leader, and it looks identical to Netanyahu, so it's impossible to know for sure. Excuse me, but I don't know.
Iran have just stated that Matab is healthy and in charge.
It's just a war of...
I'm not saying it doesn't happen because it's a government and they're all bastards. But I've not seen any dishonest reporting from Iran. Am I just not looking hard enough? I mean, specifically on the war.
Yeah.
I'm not saying about their how they handled their own country.
No.
They're obviously terrible shitheads.
Yeah.
But on this war business separately, what have they said that's bullshit?
Yeah, not very much as far as I can say. Because I think that's another kind of tactic is that they're employing is by not saying an awful lot. So the bits that are coming out do seem to be accurate that they've said, but they're just kind of keeping them, the opposite of Trump. Whereas Trump will just ramble for 10 hours and make up a million different things. Iran are just putting out bits and bobs. Seems fine, seems real. So, yeah, it's a very, very different tactic. So,
I just don't understand what's taking the American legal system so long.
No. Well, I was talking to my son about this the other day, weirdly. He was asking about Trump, and I can't remember what it was. He asked me about some video game. It was Nintendo might be suing Trump because he was using Nintendo graphics in one of his videos to glorify the war. And he said, "Oh, will Nintendo sue Trump?" I said, "Yeah, probably, because they have
Along
in the
with
past."
everyone else.
Well, that's what I said. I said he's under something like, I don't know, 5,000 or 6,000 different lawsuits at the moment. So it's impossible. It's like nobody can actually get through this amount of work. He can't go to court that many times. So will anything happen? Difficult to know. Unlikely, though. I think the most likely thing that we've said it before is that his health will get him before anyone else does. So who knows?
Something to get him. It was funny actually. I went to watch my son's friend play rugby on Saturday, and I bumped into his mum and dad, who I haven't seen for over a decade. Just sort of catching up, and just was telling them what I do now. And she said, "Oh, it's totally over my head." She said, "Did he really get an shot in an assassination attempt?" Like, no, love. He got hit by a bit of plexiglass that got shot.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, people walked around with sanitary towels on their ears like grown men do.
Dr. David Bull presented a whole show on Talk TV with an ear sanitary pad stuck to his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
outrageous.
I know.
But they're gonna. Do you know what? They will get hoisted by their own petard. It's just taking far too long, and there's far too much collateral damage in the meantime that needn't be. All because men are prepared to stand in a room with a man they know to be a rapist. Not you. Not all men.
No,
a lot of men.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't. It's hard to rationalise it.
Character flaws that you just can't look past, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah. I mean that
and predatory ones are it.
Yeah. You can't get past that, can you? You know. So.
But here we are.
Anyway.
So,
what should we talk about?
Oh, I've got something slightly lighter.
Yeah, go for it.
Infuriating, but I don't know, kind of funny in a way. So, the headline. I'm just getting me. Okay. So headline. Pokemon Go players trained 30 billion image AI map. Niantic says photos and scans collected through Pokemon Go and its AR apps have produced a massive data set of more than 30 billion real-world images. The company is now using that data to power visual navigation for delivery robots, letting them identify exact locations on city streets without relying on GPS, source News Force. And it's
crazy.
The retweeter says, "This is wild." This is Mark Gadala Maria. At Mark Gadala. 143 million people thought they were catching Pokemon. They were actually building one of the largest real-world visual datasets in AI history. Niantic just disclosed that photos and AR scans collected through Pokemon Go have produced a dataset of over 30 billion real-world images. The company is now using that data to power visual navigation AI for delivery robots. Players didn't just walk around with their phones. They scanned landmarks, storefronts, parks and sidewalks from every angle, at every time of day, in lighting and weather conditions that stage photography would never capture. They documented the physical world at a scale no mapping company with a fleet of vehicles could have replicated on the same timeline or budget. Niantic collected this systematically data point by data point across 8 years, while users thought the only thing at stake was catching a rare Charizard?
Charizard, yes.
Okay, I knew you'd know.
I know that.
The most valuable AI training datasets in the world aren't being assembled in data centers. They're being built by people who have no idea they're building them. Now.
That's mad.
100 points for creativity.
Oh, yeah, fair play, yeah.
Unreal that you can manipulate that many people to do that. That's clever. Also, morally fucking bankrupt. So disgusting.
Yeah, but there is that. Yeah, exactly. No, that's crazy, isn't it? I could go downstairs and get a Charizard, by the way. Yes,
it wasn't a brag beforehand, and now it definitely isn't one.
Not mine. I have a 12-year-old son. No, it's definitely not mine. I might have Lightning McQueen up there, but I haven't got a Charizard in my office. Anyway,
Sorry,
we digress. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, no, it's crazy, and I think
that's mad. I mean, whoever chose to do that and planned that really probably should be running the world.
Do you think they started out as that, or do you think they realised after about like 2 months or 3 months and went, hold the phone?
Oh no, it sounds like a ploy.
We could sort this out. We could monetize the shit out of this.
All it's going to take is somebody in Silicon Valley with an affinity for gaming and collecting and finding things and putting the two together.
Yeah, it's
I don't
crazy.
think it's not splitting the atom,
clever.
but it's divilment beyond divilment. I mean, it provided it. Did people pay to play Pokemon Go?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Is it one of those things where you could buy tokens to be able to play longer? Or
probably most games are, but I've never played it, so I don't know. But yeah, I remember it was a big craze when it started, and everyone was walking around with their phones and then like walking into lampposts and stuff because they thought they'd saw a Pikachu or whatever. But yeah, it's that's crazy. Clever, but like so duplicitous beyond belief. Yeah, it's mad.
Cynical in it.
But like I think we said before that it's probably the tip of the iceberg. This is, you're going to find out that so many companies, and I think I said to you before, like the Meta glasses are in trouble because they've been filming everything without people knowing as well. So you bought your nice pair of Ray-Ban specs with your Meta camera in the frame, and Meta have just been absolutely harvesting the shit out of that because, that's what Meta do, but they're perfect at that. But I think we're going to find out that it's going to be every time you take a photo on your phone, it's probably scanned the entire environment and uploaded it to Google, Apple, whomever, Samsung.
And how much water is it taking up?
Water. Yeah. I mean, as we've discussed before, yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
I don't even this is so stupid, probably. Like, I won't even, well, not that I can anymore, because that's changed this week. Because people in poverty can't use Grok anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're not allowed
at all.
Yeah.
But, when we could, I used, because it's human nature, isn't it? I like to thank Grok for the information it gave me, even though it's a fucking machine.
Same.
But when I found out about the water usage, I stopped doing that, because I thought you could...
Yeah, we talked about it, I think, a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, when I said about that. When I found out that, if you say thank you to ChatGPT, it uses 50 litres of water. No. It's insane. What an insane waste of water. But AI, I mean, that's moving us into the AI sphere, which I think is an odd one. But yeah, I think we'll just find out at some point in the future that, we know the phones kind of track us. People say they don't listen to you, but I think they must.
This is why I won't have Alexa or any of that in the house, because it's bad enough having my phone and my laptop and everything else.
Yes.
And apparently I can talk to my phone. I don't want to. It's a phone.
Yeah, I don't have them in the house either. Although my watch, nearly went off then. Because it's Apple, it has Siri built in. So every now and again, I'm just talking to someone like a human, and it pipes in and interrupts, going, "Oh, I found blah 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 blah." I'm like, shut up. So it is listening. 100% it's listening. But yeah, I don't know. Big tech is very weird and a very. Did you see that? There's been an article put out. I'm going to get the publication wrong, but one of the medical publications have urged NHS. Sorry, no, not Lancet. It was, I can't remember. I'll look at it for next week properly. But they've urged hospital boards to take out Palantir as much as they can because of Palantir is so invasive and sort of taking over the world, as we've talked a lot about. So I think one of the NHS unions or magazines or something, publications, I'll find it, all the details for the next episode, are urging all their hospital boards to not go any further with Palantir.
I don't get it. I mean, for decades I've wondered why our records aren't all joined up. Surely you don't have to use the worst baddie in the world to be able to do that. There must be some sort of basic database where you can just bring everything together. to centralise NHS records, but to be kept within the NHS and not involve a third party. What
exactly.
the fuck?
They should just build their own data
It's
center.
not rocket
not
science.
Hard. No, it's not. I don't know about that. I don't know why it wouldn't happen, but they should have their own data in-house.
It's weird because I've seen a couple of things this week where Palantir are just... they seem to be getting shooed out of countries. Their rep is terrible. That Alex... Oh, what's his name? I want to say Carp. He won't stop. He's an insane man who just cannot stop.
He is mad. He's really mad.
All he does is talk about killing people and, well, it happens.
Yeah.
How about we put you on the front line, dickhead?
What did he say the other day? He said that he thought that that Palantir or AI was going to stop. What was it? It was bring to the fore white wealthy men instead of
that was
unmarried children or something.
White working class men, wasn't it?
Something like that. I can't.
It's something to do with white working class men would do better under AI. Right. So every other fucker's just right.
Yeah, I'll get that right, and I'll bring that in next time, and we'll talk about that properly, and I'll have some notes on it. But yeah,
I was having a think, Don, right, because of all the fear of AI and the robots and what have you.
Yeah.
And I'm about to be incredibly glib, and if I need a smack across the face for it, provide that, okay?
Virtually.
However, in all my limited history of using tech and software and hardware and things like that, I've never known it to be entirely robust or competent, or to be able to function without actual fucking electricity. So, if a robot tries to take over the Earth, can't we just, fling a cup of coffee at it? Because it works with everything else.
I know. Just accidentally spill some coffee in it.
Or, I don't know, unplug the data center, or there's got to be a way.
Yeah, there is a way, I think. I mean, there's all the scaremongering
not putting
around
a battery
AI.
in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It just all seems a bit mad.
There's an awful lot of scaremongering about AI, and I think I chatted to, when you were having your operational, when you were off, and I chatted to Tan about it, and she was a bit worried about it. And I just don't see there's always a way to stop this from happening, like you just said. And whether they become sentient or not sentient, they're
not sentient if they're not fucking plugged in.
Exactly, they're still powered by
whatever.
Something. So, yeah, exactly. Cut off the source of power, they go away. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure someone will comment and say,
like when online gets a bit much, I put this down.
Yeah,
it's magic.
I'm sure. I mean, if anyone wants to drop us an email or send us a message about why AI is actually going to take over the world, that'd be great, because we could chat about it more. But I don't think it will.
Are they going to solar power themselves or something?
Yeah,
and you can't rely on that, so we'll be all right in the UK.
How are they going to get the water supply they need to keep the data centers running? They can't go and scoop water out of the ocean, can they?
Yeah, it's all gone a bit Tomorrow's World, hasn't it?
Yeah. Should we move
For the older listeners amongst us?
Should we move it on to our reform roundup? James O'Brien's, not yours.
Yeah.
Of the week. Not of the week, of the early week, because we'll do another episode, but... I said to you before, I'm going to talk about Richard Tice and his tax affairs briefly, because of I had another message from friend of the pod, Isabel Oakshott. That's 4 now she sent me.
There's 3 of you in that marriage. That's all I'm saying.
Unsolicited message on Twitter again about Isabel.
Unsolicited slop.
Well, basically, I put out a post about how it's wild that everyone on the right wing is out defending Richard Tice's aggressive tax avoidance, where he's managed to avoid £600,000 in tax, are all exactly the same people that were calling for Angela Rayner to be chucked in the river because of her mistake over tax. And, I've had an awful lot of traction on that post with people going, oh yeah, but she's broken the law. He hasn't broken the law. He's doing a good job. She's not. Like, if you mention Angela Rayner online, it's like an auto activate of trolls.
Bots!
It's unbelievable, the toxic misogyny that comes out as soon as you just mention that name online, Angela Rayner. You just get bombarded with absolute hateful trolls. But anyway, Isabel Oakeshott didn't like my post, and she replied to me and she said something, oh, I suppose you pay more tax than you have to, Don, or something along those lines, which I didn't bother replying to. But, you know, Isabel, if you are listening, you can come on, we can have a discussion about this, and we won't, you know.
They don't have the intellectual ability to do that, Don. That's why they won't. I'd love them to, but they run away every time.
Yes, very true. Talking of which, I've not seen our friendly reform counsellor online for quite a long time. I blocked
him, so I wouldn't.
Oh, did you? I haven't. No, he's been absent. Anyway, might be checking with him, see if he's all right. Anyway, yeah, so at the weekend, the Times put out a report that they'd found out that Richard Tice had been potentially, allegedly, exploiting a tax loophole in one of his companies, Quidnet REIT Limited. REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust, and it's a special type of property investment company that was introduced in 2007 to encourage large-scale property investment, which Richard Tice took advantage of. So he called his company that. In his specific case, according to the investigation, the company made about 3.05 million in taxable profits during this period, which would normally be taxed at 19%, which would equal £580,000. But because his company was registered as one of these REIT companies, it paid no tax. So he had this company registered in Guernsey, got REIT status, and it had up to 3 years to become widely owned. So one of the factors that to become that status is it must be held by many, many investors. So it has to be like a sort of widely owned
community
company.
Interest, it sounds like.
Kind
it's
of.
To be a charitable enterprise.
Not charitable, but owned by lots of people rather than one person.
Like a community pub or something.
Kinda, yeah.
Except that's not what that is.
Yeah, but during that period of 3 years, he ran it. He had over 90% of the shares throughout the entire period of 3 years. So technically, he should have had it. He kept saying we can't get any more investors because it was during COVID. But he avoided corporation tax for 3 years and paid, instead of £580,000, he paid nothing. And I just want to say that technically, he didn't do anything wrong. Morally, though, and ethically, you know, considering he was one of the worst calling for Angela Rayner to step down, the fact that he's now out there attacking
he's morally
others.
And ethically bankrupt. We know this.
He really is.
As is
horrible.
she. Entirely. They are
Oakeshott.
Scum. Yes.
Yeah.
Pond-sucking scum.
It's just, the hypocrisy is absolutely rank from Tice, because today he's put out a post where he's written to Labour because apparently he's found some Labour Party loophole where they didn't pay tax on property as well. But it's just the accused becoming the accuser. How about you deal
with your own shit rather than going after other people, you little prick?
Yeah, but it's deflection, isn't it? He's attacking instead of defending.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And Stephen Swinford, who is from the Times, I think, put out a post this afternoon suddenly dragging up Angela Rayner again. And it's like, we found more exclusive dirt on Angela Rayner, house story. And I was like, this isn't a coincidence that suddenly they're putting out Angela Rayner again when Tice is on the back foot.
I meant to ask you about this last week because it occurred to me also with what's the other story? The Epic Fury thing. Epstein Fury.
Yeah, Epstein Fury.
And I wonder if it's for the purposes of like they did the Boris bus, so that when people Google Boris and bus, instead of the 350 million lie, it came up with he has a hobby where he paints boxes
Painting
red.
buses. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's what maybe it's an algorithm. Or they're trying to skew what people search for.
Yeah, SEO manipulation, definitely. All right. Yeah. No, it could well be. I mean, Reform are absolutely masters at deflection, aren't they? I mean, they
Well, no,
return.
I mean, they're running out of road now. They've got nothing left.
They are. They return an attack, and I saw that. Where is it? Yeah, Farage today was claiming that he'd scored a victory over YouGov, the polling company, and that he'd secured a victory, and that he was made YouGov change the way they're reporting data. Except that's not true. It's a complete lie. I've got Patrick English, who's the head of elections and political and social data at YouGov, who follows me on Twitter, and he put out a post saying, no, we haven't changed any methods in response to Farage or Reform. And then YouGov themselves put out a post to say a headline in this morning's Times is inaccurate and they have issued a correction. YouGov is not changing our methodology or results, as Farage claims. So, but it doesn't matter, because Farage has put it out and everyone believes Nigel Farage. We talked about this with Emma.
Who's that daft? They believe Nigel Farage? It's baffling to me.
Well, did you see there was a troll? I wrote another post about this today because I saw a troll had put out a video yesterday, sort of alluding to the fact that because Farage was in Clacton on Saturday, and it showed this video of Farage speaking
in real life.
In real life, yeah. Well, he has to go once a year, get some selfies and prove, because he made a big hoo-ha about it. It's like, you're doing your job, mate. You don't need all these selfies just for turning up in your constituency. But one of the trolls, sort of bot kind of accounts, posted this video of Farage speaking at the pier in front of hundreds of people, as if it was Saturday. And I said, this is from June 2024. This was like before the election. But everyone believes that it was at the weekend now because it's been put out in that context.
Which is exactly what they did when we went down to Clacton, and they made out in the newspaper that he'd been there also.
Yeah, exactly. Which he had.
It's a strategy.
But it was all contrived rather. But yeah, I mean, nothing Reform do is true. Nothing they do is real life. They're manipulating everything they do.
Yeah.
And the fact this YouGov thing has come off the back of them dropping in every single poll. Not a single one have they gone up in recently. And now they're sort of crying foul because they're like, oh,
shame in it with May on the horizon.
I know. But that's the whole crux of the YouGov argument, is that YouGov, aside from asking which party do you favour, they ask the second question, which is how would you vote locally? And that can be a bit more tactical. But Farage didn't like that because that was dragging the numbers down. And then this is what his whole lie about YouGov was today, and saying, oh, we got YouGov to change their methodology, which is bullshit because they didn't. And but YouGov have been doing this since 2024. It's just now, because the poll numbers are dropping, Farage is shouting out about it. Because if you read the Telegraph, which is behind a paywall, article about it, but there's 4 paragraphs in this Telegraph article, which I put on my Twitter this morning. It says, opinion polls help political parties build momentum, and political donors are more likely to part with their money if they're convinced they're backing a winner. For the past 2 quarters, Reform has attracted more private donations than any other party. And if Mr. Farage is to stand a chance of winning the next general election, he will need a sizable war chest to target the seats where Reform can win. Excuse me. Any suggestion that Reform's popularity has peaked and might be in decline might be damaging to those aims. Basically, it's all about the money, because as I wrote last year, this polling thing...
donors will be getting ever so worried now.
Exactly. They backed the wrong horse suddenly because the polls are dropping, and Farage is panicking because the money's going to dry up. And that's what it's about. As with everything.
Waste of cash.
With Reform UK, follow the money and you'll get to the story eventually. So... yeah, they're at it again.
In bloody prison.
Well, yeah, you should.
Sorry, I'm just while we're talking about terrible people, I was just trying to find the date when That's... Do you know when Pam Boddy's being subpoenaed?
No, I don't know the date on it. I just saw
I'm
that she
looking forward
was.
to that.
Yeah, that'll be a popcorn one, wouldn't it?
I mean, that she's going to lie like there's no tomorrow,
She
isn't
will.
she?
They voted to subpoena her a week ago. Congressional committee has voted to summon Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Because after her, he's the next one, isn't he? Can they subpoena a president?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think you can turn it down. I think
he can turn it down.
I think presidential
Jesus
privilege or something.
Who built these systems? They're dog shit, man.
Yeah, I know. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere that he can refuse.
Amazing.
Although maybe not. Maybe that changed after the whole Watergate thing. I can't remember. What were we on? So, yeah. I have only got one more thing I wanted to mention today. And I'm going to put in a song at the end unless you've got anything for the end.
No, not at all.
From our lovely friend Baz. Yeah, he sent me a second one.
Waiting to hear his tune.
Well, no, he sent me another one, which is more appropriate, so more apropos. But I'll put it in a minute. And so yeah, the only other thing I've got is LBC spreading far right misinformation this morning, like proper serious conspiracy theory far right bullshit. And I've written a complaint to
Ferrari, wasn't it?
For Nick Ferrari. I've written a complaint to Ofcom about it because
good for you.
He actually lied outright to the public.
It's disgusting.
So, if anyone isn't aware, there's a man called Harman Singh Kapoor who's a far right Sikh in inverted commas, but I've been contacted. He is a wanker, but I've been contacted by loads of Sikh people, and he's not a Sikh.
He does not represent them.
No, apparently he's not
cosplay Sikh.
He's not legally a Sikh, but he's a friend of Tommy Robinson. He's a proper, he's at the Robinson rallies. He's
attention seeker.
Yeah, and he owns a restaurant in London, and he's been performatively writing, "We proudly do not serve halal meat" on the windows of his restaurant. Shrug, because that's what everyone else has thought. It's like, who
loads of restaurants don't serve halal meat.
Exactly.
And
I think
what?
There's one on either side of him, and they don't. Yeah, but he just wants the attention. But basically, a load of kids turned up outside his restaurant just to take the piss out of him, and I put a
They weren't
video.
kids. They were like young adult weren't they a football team or something that had just come back from training?
They went to the restaurant next door, Chicago Grill, and I say kids because they're in their 20s, but
And to me, kids are like feral 12-year-olds, sorry.
No, okay, 20-year-old lads, and they weren't there to cause trouble particularly. They were there just to sort of see what was going on.
Take the piss.
And yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. They were taking the piss out of him and laughing at him. And whilst this was going on, a few of them massed outside his shop, and then he put a post out on Twitter at that time, and he showed his Kirpan knife, which is a Sikh knife that you're legally allowed to carry if you're a real Sikh, but he isn't. So technically, lots of these people that have been commenting on my post said he's not allowed to carry that. But he then said he's prepared to take a life. So that's a threat to kill. So he was arrested because of that video. Nothing else, nothing to do with anything else. But Nick Ferrari opened his radio program this morning saying the Met police arrested Harman Singh Kapoor because he didn't sell halal meat. That was his thing. And then he went on and talked about it at length later on. It's just a lie. It's outright far right disinformation. It's horrendous, and it shouldn't be allowed. I was really
There's
angry.
There's no integrity or shame or morality with these people. But then he works, he works for a Crionist organisation, so what do you expect?
Yeah, and he's desperate. I think LBC must be dropping in their ratings.
Good.
Because
they should be. They're disgusting.
They clipped it up and put it out later as well. Even they're proud of what he said, even though it's a complete and utter fabrication. It's a lie. But
then, well, what are you going to do? You're going to report a Crionist organisation to a Crionist at the top of Ofcom. But that's how they've sewn it all up. That's how they get away with everything, because at the top of every institution in this country is at least a Crionist or a Crionist adjacent dick.
Mm.
And I say dick because, you know, it's easier than psychopath. But the consequences of what these people are allowing to happen is the problem, and they do not seem to see, care, or even register that cause and effect is a thing. That's what my problem is.
True.
And that's why I attack them, because they are taking a healthy salary for being utterly subhuman.
Yeah.
Utterly subhuman.
Yeah. I know.
And it's not on.
No, it's not. But we need some accountability. Things need to change. And as if you listen to our discussions episode with Emma, she's well known for debunking stuff, and we discussed that with her about the fact that the desperate need for accountability for people. And
Leveson 2.
Sorry,
you promised to do that.
Yeah, exactly, Leveson 2. So it's just, we're out of control. And if people like Nick Ferrari can go on the radio and just lie, like outright lie, it doesn't take 10 seconds to fact check his lie.
Look at Phillips and Koonsberg. They do it week in, week bloody out.
Yeah, I know. But this is specifically because it's come out. Nobody really knew it went on, and then Sunday it started building on Twitter. I saw it, and then it was building, and then I saw accounts of like 1 million people in America starting reposting, like this guy had been arrested for not selling halal meat, and then Tommy Robinson and all that lot. They all got involved, so it became a big deal online. And then Nick Ferrari headline opens his show with it, even though it's a complete lie. It's a terrible state of affairs our media has got to.
Yeah.
Where this is happening now, and we've been force-fed this shit daily by what used to be.
People have been lied to all the time.
Yeah,
like North Korea.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's getting like that.
And I'm not exaggerating.
No.
There isn't. Can you, like, do you know what? I must sit and watch, like, a proper, like, I don't even know what time the news is on mainstream anymore, but I'll find out when there's, like, next to ITV news at 10, because I haven't watched that in ages. And I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to see how much of it is bullshit. And how much is omitting information.
Yeah, do it.
Just
that'd
out of curiosity.
be really interesting. Yeah, it would be very interesting, that. So, yeah, that was my thing. And I wrote to Ofcom this morning, complained. I said, this is a man spreading far-right disinformation on a national radio program, and it's a lie. It's an easily disproved lie. So, anyway,
It's just insane.
Yeah, I know. It is. Something funny I saw earlier, though, which I meant to mention earlier about Trump. Al Jazeera put out a breaking news this afternoon saying the US claims it is allowing Iranian tankers to transit Hormuz to maintain global supply. What?
Let's pretend they've got a tiny bit of control.
I know.
Fuck off!
How are you doing this exactly, considering you're begging the world to help you?
Did you know that I've got control of the planet Mercury?
Yeah, exactly. You may as well.
I'm just saying, I have. Yeah. No one can disprove that.
Yeah, nobody knows it. I'm really the mayor of Bristol. Yeah, I mean, it's just mad. Just make stuff up and let's hope it sticks. But it's just laughable.
Fucking hell.
So, yeah, anyway.
I wanted to ask you, two things. Only little. I actually caught this last week, but just as a titillation, all the IDF propagandists that we used to have, like, I haven't seen them for ages, but, back in the days of Zippy Hotovelli and
There was one on the news a minute ago, yeah.
Well, a load of them have had to take the Israeli government to court because they haven't been paid in months, including Elon Levy isn't part of the lawsuit, but he also hasn't been paid, and he's still doing it for nothing.
Yeah, that's worrying. Yeah, I know. I did see that.
So they're obviously broke, otherwise they'd still be paying them.
But you're saying, like, the people we used to say, literally in the background, I saw Danny Dannon talking on Sky News. He's the one. He's the one that Sangeeta was talking to when she got hoofed out of LBC. But he's up there now on Sky News delivering the news about Israel going into Lebanon again.
We are infiltrated by a parasitic, psychopathic cult.
Smart.
I don't know how many times we're going to have to talk about it and repeat ourselves, but we will until they go away.
Yeah, it's a bad time at the moment. Bad time. What was the other thing you were going to say? Ask.
Oh, My YouTube feed is, I don't know what to do to fix it, but I am getting inundated with AI slop.
Is this videos of film stars like from the 70s and then what they look like now? I keep saying those. Oh, different.
No, a lot of it is propaganda.
Oh, really?
On Iran, yeah. And there's some, I'll have to send you a couple of links later. But there's this guy that kept popping up, and initially he sounded like he knew what he was talking about, but I was a bit like, a couple of the words he said were a bit hinky, and I was like, And then I saw him again, but I noticed it was a different channel. So I watched it again, and he started moving a bit hinky, and I'm like, okay, this is bullshit. Whether what he's saying or not is true, I don't like any of this. It's, it's not a person I can trust or a channel I know. And all just different channels now keep popping up with these AI people on them trying to, like, tell me about the war.
Oh, weird. No.
So I'm a bit sort of stuck for who I can listen to and trust now.
I know. The algorithms.
I've got Al Jazeera and Middle East Eye, but
France 24 seem to be pretty
anything,
good.
Are they?
No, France 24 are good. I listen to them. I have them on. But yeah, Al Jazeera seems to be sort of fairly credible, at least trying to get stuff out. But it's difficult. It's really hard. Who knows how we're going to get through this? But we'll never know if the war's done or not. Maybe just keep going forever. But
well, no, in a couple of years we're going to be getting a lot more migrants than we already have.
No, yeah, of course. Yeah,
that'll be our indicator. And then all these far-right knobheads who are supporting this war can open up the houses, can't they, instead of complaining?
I think someone put that to Farage or Tice, said, you want us to go to Iran, but you do understand the ramifications of that are we're going to end up having more people coming to the UK seeking refuge. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
A thing.
And they're like, oh, well, we don't want that to happen. Well, don't advocate for war then. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hell.
Useless bunch of dickheads. Yeah, so, no. Yeah, I don't know about YouTube. I think the algorithm's messed up across all social media at the moment. It's just because I think people want to see the war, but there's nothing coming out. I think it's filling in the gaps by itself. And I think, like, if you're seeing like weird, crappy AI shit like that, which you get on Twitter as well, it's just, I think it's trying to fill in blanks.
It's so bizarre because we've spent decades being, like, sped up and ramped up. So that eventually we've got like 24-hour rolling news, even when there isn't any news. And then all of a sudden, oh no, we don't want you to have any news at all.
Yeah, I know. And then everyone's suddenly having withdrawal symptoms.
What happens now?
Yeah, exactly.
Panic attacks. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's mad.
It's nuts.
I don't know what we can...
and there's no reporters on the ground like there used to be in like official proper war times.
Yeah, true. What's KAD and people like that?
She wouldn't be allowed in.
No, she's not allowed into places like that. Yeah.
Which, in and of itself, should be the fucking warning klaxon that they're doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Yes.
This is mad.
It is. Strange times indeed. Strange.
What happened to the UN peacekeepers?
Yeah, I don't know. There's
supposed to be loads of them. I mean, there's a, big old collection of people. That's what.
Yeah, a battalion or something. Yeah, I know. It's everything's changed. This is like the last 2 years with Gaza, and now this thing with Iran has proved to us that they can keep a literal genocide and a literal war away from the public by controlling the media, which is pretty fucking scary.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it is. It's very weird and very scary. That ended up a bit kind of.
Yeah, everything's great.
A bit downbeat. Oh, let's hope when we record again later in the week, everything's happy and exciting. I might try and find some good news stories to make it a little bit lighter because everything's
we need them.
Pretty dark at the moment. So yeah, I'll try and find something.
We've had absolutely no proof of life from Netanyahu, so there's that.
Fingers crossed. Shouldn't be wishing the death of anybody, but it'd be
Parasites
nice.
We can because they kill more people.
I'd prefer to see him put in jail, if I'm honest, and stand trial.
Oh, me too, because he'll suffer a lot longer. Absolutely
Exactly.
agree with you.
I'd much rather
Either way, to be honest, at this point, just stop them. But not just him.
Yeah.
All the cabinet. Lock them up.
Absolutely.
Or fire them into space.
Yeah.
Or put them on uninhabitable island.
Oh, yeah.
I nearly called it Insufferable Island. It will be when I finish with it.
Yeah, you can change the name at that point. Yeah. Right. Shall we?
Ended up on a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. We got to try it, haven't we? Right, let's finish things up now. And we'll be back on Friday-ish.
Yeah.
What day are we on? Oh, we're only on Monday, so we might be back on Thursday this week. I forgot we're recording early this week. So yeah,
we're zooming on Thursday, aren't we? So maybe after that
we'll do our Patreon.
Maybe do it live.
Oh yeah, we could do, couldn't we? Oh, let's chat about that. Yeah, maybe.
Thoughts?
Maybe. But we'll get this out tomorrow tonight for Patreons, hopefully. Tomorrow for normal people. Wednesday we'll get out the discussions episode with Emma Monk. Definitely check that out because she's really interesting. And it was great to speak to her. And then we'll be back Thursday-ish. Definitely for our Patreons on Zoom.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. God, busy week then.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Well, especially you. Bless you.
That's all right.
Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yes, please.
And hopefully we'll have more smiles next time we record. I'll do my best.
Yeah, bring something good to the table. Bit more lighthearted. Right, cool. Right, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you later in the week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He didn't care for any of them. To be blunt, he thought most were workshop drama queens or empire builders. Brown nosers. You and I. Reliving former glories. Security check and comply. And that's just the admin staff. Don't get him started on the union rep or first floor. Associate prosecutors keeping track of cases miskept. The idle lawyers on the second floor, too lazy to collect mail or more. Or the overpaid management introducing a new scheme, a new theme. Or colleague of the month, a new duty, a digital rebirth, making court lists more hassle than they're worth. The broken printers, sorry, I mean multifunctional devices, repaired 3 times a week at private sector prices, clocking in and clocking off, overnights and overtime, first in and last out, doing his bit to combat crime, and now he's leaving us all behind. No more preparing committals, photocopying too much or too little, clearing the shelves in reverse from upgrade to acquittal, discontinue to disservice at the Crown Prosecution Service. The Crown Prosecution Service. He'll become one of their glories. Those workshop drama queens, those empire builders or brown nosers. To you and I. Security check and comply. They'll say, do you remember when he said, half recollected, incorrectly read, then later they'll say, yes, he used to sit over there and point wistfully to his office chair, and I wonder what he's doing now. Then later still, when faces have left and names are new, someone might say, do you remember Kier? And someone else will say, Kier? Who? No more preparing committals, photocopying too much or too little, clearing the shelves in reverse from upgrade to acquittal, discontinue to disservice at the Crown Prosecution Service. In the Crown Prosecution Service.